Well, hello, all you gorgeous Taurians. It's so wonderful to be back with you to give you your June 2025 messages through from Spirit. So, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is Linda and I'm from Australia, and I love to hear where you're from. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for your support, your likes and shares. It's very much appreciated. And as you know, we do start our readings with one card from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. This card does not get read out until the end of your reading. And the reason being, it's like a mystery card, but it gives you some wonderful guidance. So Spirit chooses one for you, Taurus, and then we pop it to one side and we look at it at the end. We read it out to you, see what the message is. And they are always wonderful, wonderful messages, aren't they? And so, Taurus, let's have a look and see what is it that Spirit wants to talk to you about. What's the general energy for our beautiful Taurians, please, for June 2025? Let's have a look, shall we? What they want to say to you, Taurus. And as you know, through the reading, I'll often say us, our, we. So I have a Taurus moon. It's a Taurus reading. I always like to see what Spirit's going to say to you, beautiful Taurus, because your moon sign always has some sort of effect on your life anyway. So it's interesting to see, for my sake, what it is that I need to be aware of for the monthly readings too. And so, we have the world. That's nice, isn't it? Okay, this is for Taurus, please. And we have the Unity card, which is all this is about that. That's the Hierophant, which is about you know, seeking out mentors and like-minded people. So it might be a time this month where you may want to do that, get some advice. We have the King of Swords, which is a wonderful king. He's very powerful and strong. And we have the Hermit. And so, Taurus, let's have a look, shall we? Let's see, let's break this down and see what Spirit wants to say to our beautiful Taurians for June 2025. Well, the overall energy really has to also really be these major arcanas, because the major arcanas are always a lot more powerful, aren't they? And they're there all the time throughout the month guiding us. And so we do have the world. We have this is the beginning of June. We have this, this message of a job well done. There is an opportunity here to bring some contentment and joy in our life. And it is very possible that many of you are feeling this way because, you may have been through a few things in April, May, and now June, you're feeling pretty pleased with yourself that you've accomplished a great deal. So this is saying that you have indeed done just that. You've put in a lot of effort, and now you're reaping the rewards, so to speak. But it's also about a path, a new path in life. There's many of you could be going down a new path. Some of you, not all of you, could be going down that path of spiritual growth, because we also have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant is also about spiritual growth. He does represent, the Hierophant does represent, in the Rider-Waite deck, the Hierophant is like the preacher. He's the bishop, so to speak, of the higher a higher entity to with the religion, that sort of thing. I think I'm saying it the right way. I hope so. And so we have two messages here for this month about spiritual growth. And so, Taurus, it's very possible some of you, not all of you, may be on a spiritual journey this month, where you're actually going to seek out like-minded friends so that you can, in fact, grow on a more spiritual level. Because the Hierophant is very much about, when we go to the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite, there's two people there looking for advice and guidance, and they're being blessed. They're getting a blessing. And so this is about you now maybe receiving a blessing and guidance from the spirit realm on your spiritual journey. And the world is very much about a new path, going on a whole new path. And so you could be looking into something different. You could be looking into something new that's going to change your life for the better. It's very possible. Look, we have the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands can represent sometimes us trying to get somewhere and then little niggly things getting in the way. It can be about bantering with others. It can be because wands are work, career, and family. It is possible that you could be also needing to stand your ground with others around you, with people around you, either at work or friends or whatever, you know. And what follows is, of course, the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is very much, knights are a movement. Knights are moving forward, and the Knight of Swords is very much about things happening very quickly. But also, we need to be aware that we mustn't rush in on something this month, Taurus. It's important to take your time and review the options that are coming your way. Review things that are going to crop up, and allow your creative side also to step in, because knights of swords are also about, they're very intelligent, they're very decisive, they're very powerful, they're very confident, but also they can sometimes rush in too quickly on something. So it's not the best time to do that this month. It's better to just get ready to take action, but to take action in a more methodical way, and maybe just take your time and look within for the answers before you take that action, because we've got the Hermit here. And the Hermit is very much about going within ourselves, Taurus, to find the answers that we need before we take this action. And so, sometimes we need to shine a light on a situation. And he's got that light there, and that does represent the light within and the answers of it very often that lay within. So this is rather an interesting time for you, Taurus. I have this very strong feeling about traditional viewpoints, traditional methods about doing things, spiritual beliefs, your belief systems. I'm picking up very much on your belief systems. I call it programming. You've grown up a certain way and you have certain belief systems. And it's very possible that you may be changing the way you're thinking about some things, because you do want to move forward in your life this month. The world is very much about new opportunities, being grateful, yes, for what we have, but it's also a new path towards enlightenment. It's a new path towards growth, personal growth, and a new path towards making big changes in your life. And you are being encouraged, before you make these decisions, before you jump in, get the facts, talk to people that can guide you, get some information from people who maybe are in that situation. For example, if you're thinking of taking on a new job and you're not sure about whether or not you can handle it, well, go and talk to the people who are doing it. Find out if it's suitable for you. Don't jump in straight away. Don't just, look into this month, Taurus. You need to look into things before you actually do take action, before you actually move. Okay, and so the answers do lie very much within yourself. There are three major arcanas here: the World, the Emperor, the Hermit, and we have the Hierophant. So these are very powerful messages about you not jumping in on something, new beginnings, without getting the facts and the figures first. Okay, Taurus. Um, and you might find that a bit bothersome, having to do that. It's like, oh, I don't feel like doing that. But Spirit's asking you to make an effort to do that, even though you may not, even though you may think, oh, this is also about competing. The Five of Swords is about competition. And so you could have competition around you where you're competing, where you have to stand your ground and stick up for yourself, speak up for yourself in a situation, and also stand up for yourself. Especially, we are talking wands, and that can be career, where you work, and and so on too. I just want to clarify, please. I'd like to clarify each one of these cards. Thank you. We have the World card, and that is, big opportunities coming your way when it comes to, relationships, maybe decisions. Could be, yeah, wonderful. And then we have this, we have the Hierophant and we have the Two of Wands. So this is now seeking out like-minded friends or getting some information from others about something you're thinking or maybe of investing in or taking up or starting in work and career. We have the with the Five of Wands. We've got the Magician, thank you. With the Five of Wands, we have the Four of Swords. And so this is about, there's some bothersome details. It's a little bit of conflict here going on with others. It could be family, friends, workmates. And what Spirit is saying is, look, just take time out from that. Don't get involved. Just take time out. Don't allow them to get into your head. Just, go within. This is the Hermit. The Four of Swords is just taking time out to go over things and not allow, not allow someone or something to get in your head in the wrong way. Yeah, look, there you go. We've got it again. We've got this message when it comes to the Knight of Swords, being careful, with events happening very quickly, not rushing in. Take time to carefully review your options. We have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is very much about walking away from a situation that is not good for us when it comes to our emotions. So this month, there could be something going on around you, Taurus, where you need to just walk away from it and don't allow it to affect you. Just don't allow someone to get into your head. Somebody could try to, again, a confirmation to walk away from that, move away from that. Step away from any negative situations this month, Taurus. Don't allow anybody to upset you or and if there's anything around you, like any toxic people or a toxic environment, this could be the month where you need to decide, that's it, I've had enough, I'm not going to stay here anymore. I'm going to step out of the situation. I'm going to detach and move on from this. And this is moving on to much calmer waters. So if you've had some stress and strife going on around you, Taurus, if you've had some people that have been causing stress and strife around you, been getting on your nerves, or you've had to, they've given you a hard time. I feel that this month you're going to be able to now move away from that. You've got the strength here in your mindset. You've got the Knight of Swords. The knights are young people. They usually represent young males in the tarot. I don't step into that part of it. I use the knight as the movement of things moving on and things happening. But I'm getting this impression that maybe that there's some things going on around you, Taurus, where maybe it could be a young person that is causing a lot of issues and a lot of problems that maybe you need to step away from, move on from. Look, we've got the Magician. And this is creating the most magical time. So the Magician, he can manifest anything he puts his mind to. He's got the tools. He's worked hard. He's got all the knowledge. He's got all of that. And you're very much like the Hermit. He's got it all within him. The answers that lay within, very much, like the Hierophant. And so this is very much a month of trusting your intuition, and knowing that there's nothing you can't create. The Magician is somebody who manifests. this month you could manifest so much positive stuff. The World card and the Magician and the Hierophant card can also represent someone who has decided to create a life of social media business. And so it could be Taurus, it could be somebody out there, one of you out there, that maybe you're thinking of starting up a YouTube channel. Maybe you're thinking of starting up a course where you teach people, because the Hierophant card is also about teachings. And so are you deciding that you want to do some classes or courses to teach people? This would be a great month to do that. This would be a great month to move forward and to put yourself out there. Look at this. Look at this. This is the Two of Wands. Look, he's looking out. He's looking out to the sea. He's looking out beyond. He's already accomplished a great deal. He's already got a good background of success, and now he's hanging on to what he's got, but he wants to grow. And so this could be you now, growing in a new direction, building on what it is you've already accomplished in more ways than one. And it could be a partnership too. This could be you could have the support of your loved one to do this. This could be a partnership that is going to be very, very successful, Taurus. So don't be scared to step up. You have what it takes to do this. Step up and create the life you really, really want. Bring the world, put yourself out there in the world. This is the time to put yourself out there. And if you're somebody like myself, you want to teach others or create, spiritual programs or healing or anything like that, Taurus, if you're thinking of doing that because you're so highly qualified, do it. Do it. The world needs people like us. The world needs more enlightened people who to bring out love and light into our planet. There's no doubt about that. And so, Taurus, we're now going to have a look at your relationships. And this can be friends, family, career, loved ones. And we're going to see what Spirit gives us. So, this is for our beautiful Taurians this is for June. Relationships, things that maybe are going on that they need to look into this month. And we have got the career card has come up in your relationship. So this looks to me like there's some things going on around you in your career that's very toxic. I think some of you are in a very toxic environment. And right now, you need to stand your ground on something and follow your intuition. You need to think outside the box. You need to think a bit differently. It's very possible that there is a very toxic relationship around you when it comes to career. I see you weighing a few things up. I also see that you're a little bit nervous about it. You are being told you're going to be safe and secure, Taurus. But when we get the Devil card next to the career, and career changes, work changes, says to us that there's something going on around you when it comes to your place of work, your career. And it's not a nice card. So this can be, this can be lies, it can be betrayal, it can be deception, it can be a toxic environment. And so if you are if you are thinking very much about moving on, you are being told to confront your fears around that. I feel that it's also very possible that there could be a situation where maybe you're going to communicate with people about this. You could go to the boss and let him know what's going on. And if that is the case, then a fair and just decision could be made. And the scales is all about you um, believing in yourself and standing your ground when it comes to the decisions that you're going to make this month. You are being blessed and guided. Have confidence, honor yourself. We have the four-leaf clover here. This is the sun shining on you and you knowing or being told by spirit that whatever this decision is, because we've got two cards here, and, Taurus, the Taurians are a fixed sign. We're a fixed sign, and so we don't like change. We prefer to stay in that nice little happy cocoon that we're in. We don't always adjust easily to change. Eventually we do, but it's not easy. And so this month, I feel that, you are, finding it hard to make a decision because you're a little bit frightened of the unknown. This is what I'm being told. But Spirit is saying to you right now, you will be safe and secure. Just have faith and trust your intuition here. And there's something around you at the moment when it comes to your career, where you work, and the people around you, where you're going to have to stick to your guns and stand your ground, show your strength. And this is you speaking speaking from a throat of honey. This is you speaking your truth in a very soft, gentle way, not getting angry, but standing your ground at the same time. Okay, it's very important that you stick to your guns on something, but in a nice way, speaking your truth in a quiet, nice way, and bring out that truth. And don't be scared to bring out that truth. If it's a work situation where you're being treated wrong, where people are treating you badly or whatever, don't be scared to speak up, and you may have to go to the boss and tell him what's going on, and maybe the boss doesn't know what's going on. And you need to confront your fears about that, because I feel that some of you might be scared of the repercussions of doing that. But if you don't do it, if you don't stop these people in their tracks, it just gets worse, doesn't it? So I feel some of you are really needing to fix this issue around your career and the people and the toxic environment that you may be in at the moment. So this could be the month where you need to stick to your guns, stand your ground. Don't be scared to make a decision. Taurus, I beg your pardon. Yeah, a very interesting month when it comes to the people around you, when it comes to where you work, by the looks of things, and what work you do. Look at all these flying out. So, do you want me to take these? This is about your finances. So now we're looking at the finances and career. Um, so money-wise, not just about the people. So the career card here was about the people that you work with, but now we're talking your finances and career. And so there's an offer of some kind. There could be an offer of some kind this month, where you're not going to accept it. Look, when it comes to your career and your career and your finances, you're really happy with what you've accomplished so far. There's no doubt about that. And you have worked very hard at creating something special. But there is a situation now around you where there could be a negotiation, or some form of an offer of some kind, um, that I don't feel you're going to be 100% happy about. The Taurus. It's because, we do have the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is very much about disappointment sometimes. Disappointment in this offer, disappointed that you may have to move away or walk away from something because you have no control over it. And we're talking about, we are talking about, the money side of things. And there's a lot of emotion going on this month, Taurus, when it comes to your finances. There's a lot of emotional stuff going on, decisions that are not easy. And, you are looking at, what you can accomplish. You are looking ahead and thinking about very much about what you've got, but what you can still accomplish. And so even though it may be difficult to accept a situation, have to walk away from something, it doesn't mean to say that there's not something better ahead, because look at him, he's watching his ship come in. His finances, he's watching the benefits coming into him now for all of um, the effort that he's put in, and so for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your finances and so on. You are very much weighing a lot of things up. There's no doubt about that. You're reevaluating things. You're looking at what is it that I can do. I want to, you've already grown. You've already accomplished a great deal. Look at him here. What he's doing is he's already accomplished a great deal and he's looking at that, but there's more. He wants more. He's looking at down here somewhere and he's contemplating on the best way to go when it comes to his financial situation. And so this is a month to reevaluate what is it that you really want and what's worth it. What is it that is it worth it? Is it worth it to take that step? Is it worth it to make that decision? Because you look at your weighing, you're trying to weigh things up. And so this month you are going to be trying to weigh things up. And this is saying that you're nearly there. It could be causing a few problems. He's carrying his burdens the wrong way, of course, but he's worked hard at what he's accomplished. He's accomplished a great deal, and he's nearly there. He's nearly at the village where he's bringing home his crops. And there is a need for you to not to jump in here. Just be patient. So these finances that you're going to be negotiating on, this career, this is about your finances and your career. There's a victory here. There's definitely a victory around your money and around your career. And there's a great outcome, but you may need to be patient, and you may also need to accept that there's something you may have to let go to get to where you want to go. That's very possible. You may need to sacrifice something to gain something more this month, Taurus. So stay positive. There's great accomplishment here. You're going to accomplish a great deal when it comes to your financial side of things, when it comes to you being recognized, when it comes to wherever you work. There's an acknowledgement here and there's a victory around you this month. And so don't give up on something. Don't give up. And there is a decision that needs to be made, Taurus. You're going to be making some decisions. There is some form of an offer of some kind that you won't be happy with at first. And so that's where you need to maybe reevaluate things. Don't rush in. Don't rush in on it. Just take your time and spend time in quiet, meditation. Just mull over things. And what I'm feeling too is that some of you could get an offer and somebody could be trying you out. For example, someone could come in with an offer that is a lot less than you're worth, or a lot less than you expected, which is going to, upset you, make you feel really as if you're losing, the loss of that. And you're worrying that you're going to have to make a sacrifice. You're upset because you've got to walk away from something that you love, or that you like or love, or whatever, a job, or and Spirit is saying not to rush in on making a decision, but maybe just, for example, saying, "Oh, look, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll just get back to you and I'll think about it." And sort of stepping back to make them think, "Oh, she, she's not going to accept our offer, or he's not going to accept our offer." And that could actually bring up this situation of where you actually get this victory. You could, come out of this victorious when it comes to the monies and the situation that's going on here with your finances and your career. So it's an interesting reading. It's really interesting what's going on around you, Taurus, for June. I'd love to hear from you. If you let me know, I do love to hear how these messages do resonate with you. Many of you do take the time to let me know, and I really appreciate it because I check my comments every morning when I'm having my morning cup of tea, and I always reply to you. And very often I will get a story. People tell me, what's been happening and how it has made sense. And it's great to know that we are guiding you and giving you the guidance that is helping you. That's for sure. So, Taurus, we're going to ask now. Yes, makes sense. The Spirit's given us the angel of communication. Now, notice that she's got green wings and she's in green. Green is all about healing, isn't it? And so this is all about maybe a need to heal a wounded soul. So communicate clearly, and don't be afraid to tell it like it is. So this is also about you speaking your truth, making a fair and just decision, and speaking your truth. And so let's have a look and see what the angel of communication is saying to us, Taurus. Let's see, the angel of communication. Let's have a look, page 19. Okay, so this is the message, Taurus, from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. So, Taurus, one of your major lessons in this lifetime is to learn to communicate what you want clearly. You assume that those around you know what you want or how you feel, yet the truth is that they don't. Because of your failure to communicate honestly and clearly, those around you often end up confused or at best having to guess what it is you want, feel, or expect. Do not be afraid to say it like it is. You cannot lose anything by simply stating your truth. You do not need to blame or accuse others in order to speak your truth, Taurus. Just state your case clearly. This is a big month for communication. You need to communicate. Underlying the whole issue is a fear of not being accepted or not gaining the approval of others, and therefore you are often afraid to speak up. Know that it is an act of love unto yourself and others to communicate clearly, lovingly, and honestly. The angel of communication is here to help you walk through this issue. Through this process, you will honor and empower yourself and gain much respect and love from others. Very much a month to communicate openly. People can't read your mind, Taurus. People try not to be a closed book when it comes to communication this month or at any time for that matter. So, Taurus, I hope we have given you some guidance this month. Please let us know. We do love to hear from you. We'd love it if you gave us a like because it does help our channel. If you'd like to give us, comment, give us some comments, we will reply. And why don't you subscribe? Why not? You will then get notifications of the videos we put out every 4 or 5 days, giving you continued guidance to the collective and all the other work that Spirit and I do in relation to channeling for you. So take care, Taurus. It's an interesting month. I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know, and I look forward to catching up with you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.